A new era at West Bloomfield Parks means some changes to one of its most important services, especially in the conditions we have out on the roads today. Senior bus routes in West Bloomfield Township have often used the Recreation Activities Center as a hub, but now with the building closed in anticipation of construction of the brand new Connect Community Center, changes are already underway to this mission critical service. Here to tell us the key details is Ben Burr, Transportation Coordinator at West Bloomfield Parks. Ben, thanks for coming on the show today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Happy to have you on. This is a service that I know is near and dear to many of our residents here in our community, especially those seniors. This is particularly that demographic that this is aimed at. For those that aren't familiar with these senior transportation services that Parks provides, please give us just a basic overview of how residents can tap into this service from our local Parks Department.
Absolutely. So we're here Monday through Friday. Our earliest pickup can be 8:30. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, we have 2 buses on the road. The last rider has to be off by 4. Wednesday and Friday, we have a third. It's still at 8:30 in the morning for the earliest pickup, but that driver is a later shift and the last rider has to be off by 5. We're available to residents of the West Bloomfield Township, age 55 and up, or disabled, 16 and up. There's just a little paperwork involved. Costs us $3 each way.
And more information on this service is always available on wbparks.org, and you can get updates from the Parks Department all throughout the year on WB Parks on Facebook and at WB_Parks on Instagram as well. Ben, how has the recent weather patterns this winter, the fluctuations between cold and extremely cold, between snowy and completely clear, impacted the necessity for this service and perhaps even impacted the amount of traffic that you're getting from people wanting to tap into these bus rides?
In the winter, we do get calls from people that do drive because their comfort level is not the same as it used to be with the colder weather, with the snow. It's completely understandable. When we have days that are just really nasty and things could take a little longer, some delays may happen, there's a certain level of attrition where people would cancel because their doctor's office canceled or they canceled. So natural pockets are created that allows us to make up for that extra time that may happen. It's very rare that we shut down due to weather. We may have a late start and have to reschedule a few things, but our goal is to take care of as many people as we can, and that's what we're going to do.
So are these specific routes that people are then traveling to one location versus the other and getting these rides, or are they more on an individual basis, rider to rider?
Within the township, SMART has fixed route service, and there are certain bus stops along Orchard, Maple, and Middle Belt, if I remember correctly. What we do with community transit is more individualized service. It's door-to-door service. So a schedule is a puzzle, and as the calls come in, I try and make the puzzles fit as best I can with the puzzle pieces to help as many as we can, but it is door-to-door service. So we pull up to the end of your driveway. If your driveway can accommodate the vehicle, we'll pull in your driveway. For seniors that are concerned about the conditions of their driveway or getting to or from the bus, we are absolutely happy to get out and offer an arm, offer support. Every vehicle has a lift, so whether it's wheelchair, walker, or just not friends with stairs anymore, we have options for those individuals as well.
And there's always challenges from person to person, especially in the more elder population in Greater West Bloomfield. There may be some ailments that make being mobile that much tougher for them. I'd imagine that in the winter season in particular, and especially with the winter we've had, the weather we've had recently, that makes that mobility that much more of a challenge. So how does flexibility play in for your team in A, being able to modify these routes when weather plays a role, but B, more importantly, make sure that when weather is a factor, you continue to be able to make those small or even major adjustments to emphasize safety for these riders?
Well, the easier part of the job is to drive the truck, learn the township. The part that takes a little bit more time is to get to know our riders. We have relationships with the individuals that use us quite frequently, so we are able to keep in mind this person, this is their limitation, or this person has this physical limitation. And we do whatever we can to modify within reason to support the individual. Like I said, for some people, we know they can't get to the end of their driveway, so we'll put the truck in their driveway as long as it's safe. For some people, we will get out of the vehicle if we know they need it or they've informed us they need it to help them carry their items or to help them support themselves to the vehicle. As far as routes and things, there's only a couple spots in the township we got to worry about that the hills get slick, and we just do what we need to do.
In the senior population, it's a wide range of different ages. It could be a sprite young 65 years old, or it could be, you're in your 90s and you're still active out in the community. You have places you need to go. And for all different ages within that cohort, some of them may still be driving. Some may have given up the keys for safety purposes or logistical purposes or other, whatever the case may be. For those that are interested in this service, what do they have to do in order to be able to utilize what West Bloomfield Parks has in place for these residents and get rides from A to Z within their own schedule?
Oh, absolutely. So basically, we're available for anybody in the township that's a resident, age 55 and up. Now, we do assist those as young as age 16 but with disabilities. There's just a form I give you for your doctor to fill out and get it back to me. For those medical needs, we can schedule up to 4 weeks in advance anywhere in the township, or we leave the township by up to 6 miles. For non-medical needs, we'll leave the township by up to 1 mile, and we schedule those up to 2 weeks in advance so those medical needs have a head start. And otherwise, we work with Parks and Recreation, and those trips that are on page 31 of your guide, those are us as well.
And as the community continues to expand, and as, of course, we know it's a bedroom community, it's a family community, as adults become empty nesters and then become seniors themselves, how has this program then expanded to better match the necessity within that senior population for these rides as time goes on?
We are limited by the budget the program provides, and that's every community service. So there is a certain working with seniors. As people move, they change locations, they leave the township. So riders do come, riders do go. New riders join us every day, whether it is a financial hardship, a medical issue, aging, or as you discussed earlier, a comfort level. We'll just take care of anybody we can within limitations. We did expand last year. We added that third truck on Wednesday and Friday to offer more to our residents, which was very well received. And in December, we took possession of another wheelchair-capable vehicle, so that way we have more flexibility in how much we can offer. So on those 3 truck days, I can actually have 3 wheelchair truck service or vehicles in service if need be.
Ben Burr's with us from West Bloomfield Parks as we talk about senior transportation, ever more handy during a winter like we've had here in Greater West Bloomfield. For more information on that program, visit wbparks.org, the community transit program available to seniors in our community and those beginning at 16 years old with disabilities after filling out a medical form. Again, that's wbparks.org, and updates on this and other programs are always available on their Facebook page at WB Parks and Instagram at WB_Parks. Ben, before we let you go, as seniors may be considering tapping into this service or maybe continuing to use this service, what helpful information should they know from your side of this operation, from your team's side of this operation, to make things go as smoothly as possible for everyone involved?
Yeah, for getting a hold of us, it's 248-706-2411, and that's a 24-hour voicemail. I do listen to them, and then I return calls in the order received. So if I don't answer, I probably have somebody ahead of you in line. I get back to people as fast as I can. A little patience is always a wonderful thing. And if there's something that's not understood or something that you don't quite get, please ask. I'll answer whatever questions I can and help anybody out I can. I would much rather somebody call and ask a question than think that we can't help them and never reach out.
Again, that phone number, 248-706-2411, 248-706-2411. 1111. Ben, before we let you go, anything else that you'd like our residents to know here in West Bloomfield about this service from WB Parks?
Not too much. We've covered it. Any updates that come to the service you can find at wbparks.org. Under the About tab, look for Community Transit. My team is always available for questions if you see them out and about. The only other thing is, during the construction of our Connect facility, the trips that were mentioned on page 31, we're no longer picking up at the Recreation Activity Center because of that construction. So in case residents don't realize that, we're meeting at Drake Sports Park. And just keep an eye on your receipts and keep an eye on your email for updates.
Couple miles away, not too far off from the original location. And hey, look, a trip to Drake Sports Park, never a bad idea for anyone here in Greater West Bloomfield. Ben, thank you so much for your time today.
No problem. Thank you for having me. You have a wonderful day.